Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter where you are, whenever you're watching this. This is Floating in Dreams. Today's video is going to be about my top 3 favorites in every category, and today we're talking lip products. Welcome to everybody watching today. Thank you so very much for joining me. Today's video is going to be a top 3 in every category. I did my base products last month, so foundations, primers, concealers, powders, setting sprays, those kind of things. And today I have the lip edition. So I've picked 3 favorite lipsticks in like different categories that I could think of in the lip category. So we've got gloss, liquid lipsticks, as well as like different toned reds, different tones of nude, like drugstore favorites. We're gonna go over everything here, so there's quite a lot. So let me get started. In case you're new here, hi, my name is Maaike. I like to come on here to chat about eyeshadow palettes, Essence and CATRICE reviews, getting the use out of my makeup. Because I have fair skin with a cool to neutral undertone, I need myself a snow angel. If you would like to join the Snow Angel Club, then definitely click subscribe down below. So today's video, I want to go over all of these different lipsticks, and I'm going to be cutting the video into chapters, and I'm going to show swatches and close-ups as we go along, because I think it will be helpful with lipsticks to see how they compare if they fit in a different color family. In today's video, I'm going to organize it into like different segments. As I already explained to you, I'll make sure to leave chapters for each segment. So if you just want to watch those 3 lipsticks, then you can. And I will be including close-ups and swatches as well, because I think it's just going to be helpful for you to see these different lipsticks in a close-up as well as on a swatch, so you can really see the comparison of these shades within those different categories that I've got going on. You should know, however, that I had a bit of a mishap the other day. One of my lipsticks got stuck in my lipstick drawer, and in order to get it unstuck, it meant I had to shake things about, and that's why especially a lot of my drugstore lipsticks now look quite hideous because they had some breakage on them. I can still use them, they're absolutely fine, but if you think that lipstick looks like it's a bit like it's been through the ringer, then you know what's going on there. I've got 16 categories for you here, so let's get started. And category number 1 is going to be drugstore nudes. And when it comes to nudes at the drugstore, I felt for a very long time that I couldn't get like the things I love. You'll see when we get to the other nudes in my recommendations in this video that I definitely have a preference for deeper nudes usually, and nudes at the drugstore, they can be a bit hit and miss, I find, but these are my top favorites. So we've got a CATRICE one here. OG followers will know that I used up this particular lipstick. This is a new one, of course, and I have one in backup. This is the Power Plumping Gel Lipstick from CATRICE in 030 Speak Up. And this is a lovely lipstick, and it's one of the very few ones that didn't break. Then I have H&M's London Season, which is quite possibly one of the best like lighter, mauve-y, but not too cool tone nudes that works really well on my skin tone. So that one is a matte. The Power Plumping Gel Lipstick from CATRICE is more of like a satin finish. And then I cannot do a lipstick recommendation video and not include one of my favorite mauve tones in my entire collection. This is by Kiko. This is their Velvet Passion lipstick in shade 315. This is really good. It feels like a high-end lipstick. I want to try more from this line, but I haven't really been able to find shades that are super unique. For me, from this line, this is the only shade that truly like stands out to me. Category number 2 is going to be drugstore reds, and in this lineup I do have one that isn't technically drugstore, but it is at a similar price point, I feel, and you'll see that I do have drugstore lipsticks sprinkled into the rest of this favorites video as well, but I have to be very honest, I prefer my lipsticks if they are more high-end, so I have more of those, so that's why most of the recommendations will include more expensive things. So the thing that's not entirely drugstore here is by Peri Para. This is a K-beauty brand, and this is their Ink Velvet in the shade Girlish Red. And this is a stunning, warm tone leaning red that, and also the formula of these is really nice. It is a doe foot applicator, so it looks and feels like a liquid lipstick, but I feel this has that really pleasant moussey texture that you find a lot in Asian makeup products that still feel comfortable on the lips. So even though this does stain, so especially when I swatched this as the second category, there might be a bit of a stain left on my arm for sure after swatching this, because this does leave a little bit of color behind, but it's not an uncomfortable drying liquid lipstick at all. So that's why I wanted to include that here. And then we have H&M's Ablaze, and Ablaze is a really good creamy lipstick, which wouldn't be my pick per se for a red, but it is a really, really good lipstick, and it's a really good orange toned red as well. But I have a separate orange tone favorites category, but at the drugstore, these creamy lipsticks from H&M are really nice too. Both their mattes and their creamy formulas are really good. And then one of the casualties, sadly, from my little mishap with the lipsticks is what actually my favorite drugstore red lipstick. It's by CATRICE. It's from a discontinued line. This is their Ultimate Matte lipstick in Rouge La La 030. So you can no longer buy this, and so this is now what most of my red lipsticks look like, or my drugstore lipsticks look like. The point, like the little tip of them, has been completely ruined, but yeah. These three I think are really nice. You got a matte option, we have, and this is like a classic red, and then we have some warmer things, and we've got some different textures there as well. The drugstore can definitely do a good red lipstick. So now that the majority of the drugstore lipsticks out of the way, we can talk about the other categories here. I'm gonna do nudes first. I'm gonna go lighter nudes, darker nudes, brown tone nudes, and reddish tone nudes. Those are the 4 categories I've got for you. So category number 3 is lighter nudes. And here I think that if you've been following me for any length of time, no surprises here. We have a MAC lipstick here. This is Twig, and this is one of my favorite nudes. It could also go in the brown tone category. It's like a rosy brown, but it is light enough for it to really be like a nude on me anyways. And then I think my favorite lipstick from Charlotte Tilbury, it's not Pillow Talk. You won't see that lipstick in today's video at all, but my favorite Charlotte Tilbury nude is Very Victoria, which is a bit more cool toned. It leans a bit mauvey. It does have brown in it as well. So I feel that Twig and Very Victoria are very much on a same level, you could say. I could pick either one and it will look very, very similarly on my face. I do think, however, yeah, Twig is a satin and Very Victoria is a matte. So there is a slight difference there in whether they have shine or not. And then from Lisa Eldridge, if you know me, you know I will be showing you a lot of Lisa Eldridge lipsticks today. But Kitten Mischief from the Luxuriously Lucent line is one of my favorite lighter nudes. This looks peachy in the tube, and that's why when she first put it on, I was like, that's not gonna look good on me. And then I used it, and it ended up looking very pretty. And I think if you see these 3 together, then you can see what kind of works for me as a lighter nude. But my favorite category is category number 4, which are darker nudes. And in the darker nude department, again, I've got some OG favorites here that I know OG viewers will know about. But I've got a new pick here as well, which I haven't discussed yet because I'm still planning this video out. But because these lipsticks are so expensive, they're really good, but really expensive, it's really taking me some time to get enough product to be able to film an entire video with it. So I hope to be able to do that video in November or December because I'm almost there. There's just 2 more lipsticks on my wish list that I would like to get from Gucci, because that's what we're talking about. But their satin lipstick in Mildred Rosewood, this is so, so pretty. It looks barely used because these lipsticks have not been in rotation for a long time yet. But I tried a Gucci lipstick, I think last year for the first time, and I was like, these are nice. But these are 40 euros a pop, which it just hurts to buy them. So I've like only been buying them like one here and then another one there. So I don't really have a complete collection yet, but I really like the satin formula. And you'll find another one from this line in today's video as well, because I love this. This is my favorite formula from Gucci that I've tried so far. But you know about my love for rhubarb, if you followed me from some time. So this is not a lipstick that has had an accident. Rhubarb from Bite Beauty, rest in peace, has been one of my favorite nude lipsticks, and this just looks this horrible because I've worn it so much. This is a very creamy, rich formula, which is really comfortable in the winter months. That's when I really love hard on my Bite Beauty lipsticks. I did declutter a lot of these because they are getting a little bit old, and some of the shades combined with the formula that these have weren't my favorite. So that's why the Bite Beauty lipsticks, They are really nice, but because they have so many natural ingredients, I felt they didn't last the longest. But rhubarb, the plan is to maybe one day when I use this up completely to keep a little bit in the tube and recreate it for myself in the Bite Beauty Lip Lab, because even though the brand is gone, they do still have the lip labs. I'm not sure how long they're gonna keep those around, but then I might be able to recreate this lipstick in this formula. Who knows? But yeah, this doesn't have to be gone. But I have an alternative, luckily, and I feel they are quite similar, but Lisa Eldridge's Velvet Muse is actually doing what rhubarb has done for me for a long time. I do feel that this is again a matte, and the other two formulas I'm showing you in this category are more like creamy, comfortable. This is still a very comfortable, creamy formula on the lips. Like the True Velvets from Lisa Eldridge are incredibly comfortable to wear, which is why you'll see so many of them featured today. But yeah, Velvet Muse is my favorite nude by Lisa Eldridge. Something just happens when I pop this on, and fun fact, I once already went to a Bite Beauty Lip Lab and created a nude and a red when I was at Bite Beauty, and without having ever tried this, I wanted to make myself the perfect nude, and it was a dupe for this guy. So I know what I like in terms of nudes, and that was so lucky. I still have that lipstick, but I put the fragrance that they have you put in it, I felt was way too strong, and I never got over it. So I ended up putting a fragrance in it as well that I don't really like. So the next time I will be making myself a Bite Beauty lipstick, I think I'm gonna try and not stick fragrance in because it was a bit strong. So I wasn't wearing that lipstick enough, but yeah, as a nice memory. And now that I do have that shade in a lipstick that I also love, I'm like, I don't necessarily need to use it all that often. Category number 5 is brown tone nudes. And I was like, you know, I don't love brown tones on myself because I have a cooler undertone, but I have come into some brownish lipstick shades in the past couple of years. I'm like, I actually really like these. My OG brown toned lipstick, it's not very brown because it's a taupe. This is also by Beauty, and this is called Thistle. And this, it's like grayish brown, so it's very, very cool toned, which is why it works on me, and that's why I love this lipstick so much. It has the same lovely formula as the rhubarb shade, and this is one that I definitely want to hang on to for a while because I've never found anything like that from any other brand. And then recently I have been trying out some of the Kaleidos lip clays, and I really, really love the formula. But I only wanted to feature one of them here because this I feel is the most unique shade I have. And this is the shade Cold Smoke. And this is a cool tone brown. And this is what made me realize that I can pull off browns if they're cool toned, which is why when I went to back to MAC some products when I was in London, I got one of their brown lipsticks in the shade Verve. This is not something I would normally go for, but it's like a cool toned reddish tone brown. I've put it on my lips once and I felt really, really good putting this on. It looks very stunning with my complexion. Because I have the brown eyes and my hair is also a bit more warm toned, I feel it really nicely complements it with like more of a monochromatic vibe. So Verve from MAC is not one I've ever heard anybody talking about, but the sales associate kind of pointed it out to me, and it was a really, really good one. So I do really like that too. So those are my brown tone nudes. And then the final category in nudes are the red tone nudes. And this isn't really a red, I feel, but the Pony Effect, I'm not sure what this lipstick line is called, but this shade, it's No Secrets. I wore it once and it's really nice. It's perhaps not as nude, but I just wanted to shout about this lipstick because it's so good. Pony Effect is again a K-Beauty brand. And then the love train with red tone nudes got started with Stay Curious from MAC. This is in their, what finish is this? The Powder Kiss finish. And it's really, really pleasant on the lips, but it's not my favorite from MAC. That's why I only have 2 of these. And then Lisa Eldridge did Painterly in the Luxuriously Lucent line. And this is again more that like brown toned red as well. So again, something matte here, something like blurred, because the Powder Kiss ones give you that blurred lip line. And then we have a more creamy formula too. So the next section of the video are all going to be about brighter tones, and I want to kick things off with bright pinks because that is a category in itself that I just really enjoy. If I go pink, I go bright. I don't like softer pinks or rosy pinks on myself. If I go pink, I make it a statement pink. And the culprit that caused my entire lipstick collection to now be partly ruined was this guy. This got stuck in my little drawer. This is Milani's, what are these called again? I don't know what the line was called, but the Milani lipstick in Matte Orchid. And this is such, I keep this around every year because this is such a good bright fuchsia shade. I love it for that, but I can do you one better. Again, discontinued, but Urban Decay's Menace, this guy is just, if you want to go vibrant, this has a hint of neon to it. It's so pretty. Sadly, it's no longer part of the Vice lipstick line that Urban Decay does, so I hope it doesn't go bad anytime soon. But I do kind of have an updated version. I told you there would be another Gucci lipstick in here in the satin formula, and this is Love Before Breakfast, and this is really nice. It's bright, but it's not too bright. But once you put this on the lips, I feel it looks brighter than it does in the tube. And this is, again, that really nice creamy satin formula. So again, 2 mattes, 1 more of a satin, and I feel that these are really nice bright pink shades. But in terms of brights, I feel that corals also need a moment to shine. I have quite a few coral lipsticks for some reason. And one of my OG favorites is a Drugstore one. This is a very old lipstick from Catrice. This is in the shade Hot and Spicy. I wear it every summer. How this has never gone bad, I don't understand, because this still smells okay, it looks okay, there's no weird blooming on it. It has never expired, and this lipstick is what? 8 years old, I think. This is a very old lipstick, but I wear it occasionally on and off during the summer months when I do want that juicy, citrusy kind of vibe. Then that works really well. And I also really like Tilt from Urban Decay, but this has a bit more white running through it. It's pretty close to one by MAC that I have as well, or used to have, Watch Me Simmer. That's what it was called, but I decluttered the MAC one over this because I like this shade better on me. And then I have another Gucci lipstick. This is actually my newest acquisition. I got this when I was in London, and it had been on my wish list for a while. This is May Coral from the Voile collection. So they do different ranges. This is very sheer, and that's why I like it. It works really well. And I did try the lipstick that is also in this line that's more of a pinky shade, but that didn't look very nice on me. But this, together with my lips and my hair color and my skin tone, worked much better on me than some of the other lipsticks in this line. So those would be my picks for corals. And finally, just some fun bright shades. These do sort of go towards a berry almost. So I would call these vibrant berries. And Mesmerizing Magenta from Maybelline has always been a bit ratchet looking anyways, but now it looks even worse. This is one of my favorite bright shades for the winter time. This is what I would like to dub a winter berry. It's bright, but it's got a bit of depth to it, a bit like the Love Before Breakfast, but this one actually has depth to it when you put it on your lips as well. I'm still really happy I have that lipstick, and I will keep using it till the end of days, I'm sure. And then I have Firebird from Urban Decay. And this is more like Max Rebel, but more amped up, I feel. So this is a bit more special than Max Rebel. It's got a bit more pink and purple and blue running to it. It has a bluish sheen, which I think is very special. So Firebird from Urban Decay is definitely a really good bright shade. And then one of my favorite brights of all time is another coral, but this is a pink tone coral and not orange toned like the other ones were. And this is Impassioned. And Impassioned is such a stunning one, again, for the summertime, but I really like it in the spring season as well. Are you ready for the red categories? I have 1, 2, 3, 4 different kinds of reds that I want to recommend to you. First up are pink toned reds. And one that I like for the shade more so than the formula or especially the scent is the Essence Hydra Matte lipstick. This is in 407 Coral Competence. This one, again, looks a bit worse for wear, but it's a really stunning shade. I wore this a lot. Out of all of the shades in this range, this is one of my favorite bright shades Essence has ever done. It just smells really strongly of watermelon, which I have been told also by some of my followers that is just something that they don't love about these lipsticks, but I feel it does disappear. So after a while, you do stop noticing it as you're wearing it, which is, you know, okay. So, but the shade is really pretty. But my favorite pink toned red ever is 69 from Urban Decay. This is a strawberry red. That's the best way to describe it. It's also in a cream formula, so it's got a level of richness to it that some other formulas may not have, a bit of a sheen. And I don't like shiny reds, but this I used to own in the Revolution line from Urban Decay, and then that expired and I repurchased it because I was missing it in my collection. Not gonna lie. And then finally another Maybelline one, which also got ruined in my little mishap. This is All Fired Up, and this is a really nice one. This is a dupe for MAC's Relentlessly Red, if you're familiar with that shade, but I feel this is better for me, which is why I kept this drugstore version over the MAC version. Orange toned reds are next, and the lipstick that has the most damage out of all of them is this pretty Zara number. This is UM16, I believe. Yes, UM16. It's a matte formula. They still do this shade, but it doesn't come in the navy packaging anymore. It now comes in white packaging, so I could repurchase this if I'd want to. But yeah, this Zara lipstick is absolutely gorgeous. It's one of the best orange toned reds I have ever used. But here again, if you don't like scents, this smells like cupcake batter, which I didn't need, which is why I decluttered all the other ones that I had from Zara, and I just kept this one because I couldn't deal with the smell. Then the OG, Lady Danger from MAC. Like, if we're talking orange toned reds, I think a lot of people still recommend this. I still love mine, but I have definitely found a replacement in Velvet Morning from Lisa Eldridge. I feel this is more orange though than Lady Danger is. So this is borderline true orange, more so than Lady Danger. A true orange on me, I have more orange for MAC for that purpose. So I do have some true orange lipsticks, but I don't feel it flatters me all that much. But orange toned reds, I do like. Oh, and I prefer them if they are that vibrant. Lisa Eldridge also does some like deeper things that have more brown to them, like Velvet Cinnabar and Velvet Dragon, which are really cool lipsticks, but they're not something I would reach for all the time. So I only have those, and I don't have anything else in those kind of, like that vibe, I don't have that much. Then we have a section of classic reds, and these ones, if you follow me for any time, you know what's coming. Red Carpet Red, Charlotte Tilbury, one of the best reds ever. If you get just one, make it this one. And the reason why I say that is because I like the other two I have here as well, but I feel that Russian Red by MAC is slightly deeper almost. It is a very good blue toned red. I feel I like this better than Ruby Woo because this is a true matte formula from MAC and not their retro matte, which I think is a bit more comfortable to wear. And this is really lovely. Mine looks very worn because that's how much I've used it. And Russian Red from MAC, I feel is the deeper version of Red Carpet Red. If you want brighter, you need to go Lisa Eldridge Velvet Ribbon. I love this lipstick. Like, this is pillar box red to a T, but it has quite a lot of blue, and it's therefore very vibrant for a red. It's almost borderline neon, in case you know what I mean. So that's why these are all three classic blue toned reds, but even within a blue toned red, we have some differences, and these are all mattes. But we also have some vampy reds to talk about. My favorite vampy red, CATRICE Demi Matte in Redefine Love. Is it 110? Yeah. So 110 Redefine Love. This is so stunning, and I actually feel it's quite a good dupe for Velvet Jazz by Lisa Eldridge that I actually am holding here as well. Like, it just has more depth than your classic red, so a good vampy red can be difficult to find because very often they put some purple in there and it turns into a berry, which I don't love. Like berries, I want them to be like pretty vibrant or really, really dark. But this like in-betweeny thing, I'm usually not a fan of. So let's show you Velvet Jazz then next. So Velvet Jazz is really, really pretty. One of the best like deeper toned reds for sure. I love wearing this around the holidays. It's like Christmas in a lipstick, I feel. But I get a similar vibe from Magic Red. Is that what it's called? Yes, Magic Red from Charlotte Tilbury. This is one that I bought a little later, and I like that this is a bit deeper than Red Carpet Red from Charlotte Tilbury. But if I have to pick, I think this is my true favorite, like deeper red that's not too berry. And the Catrice one is my second one. Last category in terms of true lipsticks, so bullet lipsticks, are vampy lipsticks. So vampy colors, I used to wear them quite a lot, but I've sort of stopped using them all that often. And one of the OGs that I keep around every year is Legendberry from Catrice. This is another one of their ultimate color lipsticks that they haven't done in like 6 years. Like these were discontinued so long ago. But there's just something about the shade of this lipstick when I put it on that I just love. Again, a bit of a casualty from my little container mishap. And then another drugstore option here that I love is Burgundy Blush from Maybelline. This is really lovely. The scent of Maybelline lipsticks. I mean, L'Oreal and Maybelline lipsticks, like the scent of those, like it takes time to get over it. I'm not gonna lie, if you can't get over it. But this shade, this has been on the chopping block on and off for a while, but I ended up keeping this around and I'm very happy I did. And then I have Velvet Myth from Lisa Eldridge, and this does have that sort of berry, I believe on her website she calls it a mulberry, so that's why I do like this one, but I always mix it up with Velvet Midnight, which is far more plummy, but Velvet Myth is my darkest shade from Lisa Eldridge that I feel works quite well on me. The other ones I like as well, but they're less wearable. And then I just have 2 more categories left. We have liquid lipsticks. Ofra's, what's it called? Atlantic City is my favorite liquid lipstick in a red. And then I also really like the Anastasia formula for a true drying down liquid lipstick. Are we still into that? I have kept a couple of these around over time, and I love this one when I travel because it just stays put and it doesn't budge all day. And the Anastasia formula is like that. Here I'm having Dusty Rose, which is one of my favorite nudes. I don't love nude liquid lipsticks though. Have to say that. And I'm currently trying out some more of these K-Beauty things. Within K-Beauty, I tend to see a lot of like more liquefied lipstick formulas, but I would think of them more so as a liquefied lipstick rather than a actual drying down liquid lipstick like those OG formulas are. And this is the shade Villain Vest. And it's such a good vampy fall vibe, so I have been really enjoying these Romand lipsticks. I've been wearing a few of them, like when I'm not filming or when I am filming, and I'm really liking it. And by the way, if you're wondering what's on my lips today, I did link everything in the description box down below, or at least list everything. I never link anything because you can put things in Google yourself, I trust. But this is a lipstick from Zishi, in case you're wondering. And then for gloss, because we need to talk glosses as well, this all looks the same because currently what I'm into, like if it's gloss, I want it to be this shade. Looking at these 3 together, like you're not gonna tell a difference, but Catrice Better Than Volume Lips, Better Than Fake Lips Volume Gloss, I always mess up the name, in Lifting Nude. This was released earlier this year and I love it. I'm not sure yet whether it's up by the time I post this video, but I will show you a video where I try all 9 of these shades on my lips so you can see it live in action in case you're wondering. And then I have Fenty Beauty's Cream Gloss Bomb in Mauve Wives here. And I think, was this my #1 favorite lip gloss last year? It's a toss-up between these 2. I think this year it's this one. But the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb Cream and Mauve Wives, this is such a good formula, really nice. I like this better than the Shiny Gloss Bomb. Not gonna lie, I love this better because it just makes my lips look so juicy and lovely. I love that one. And then I have the Rare Beauty, this is their liquid lip balm in Nearly Mauve. And this, It's so, so pretty as well. Really cool, really nice formula, really pleasant on the lips. It doesn't stay put as well, I feel. I feel that especially the CATRICE one stays put quite a long time. And for how affordable it is, I mean, for the shade, you really can't, like, especially the Rare Beauty and the CATRICE one are nearly identical, but yeah. A mauve tone gloss, that's where it's at for me. So those are all of my favorite lipsticks in different categories. I hope this was useful for you and that you got something out of it, that you can use some of these recommendations and know what my favorites are, or maybe that can help you with your purchases leading into the holiday season when things get expensive anyways. So I would like to thank you so very much for joining me today. Thumbs up the video if you liked it, subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more by me. I make several videos a week on here, so if you'd like to stay tuned for more, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye-bye!